You don't default with a government shutdown. You default if you don't make good on an interest payment, some interpret it Social Security or Medicare check, but you don't default when the government shuts down. We got market watcher Dave Maney here to explain. Dave.
Well, Neil, there's something called conflation going on here, which is the act of intentionally confusing two different issues for purposes of making a point. The point is that the Democrats want people to think that we've got a full faith and credit issue going on here in this government shutdown thing. In fact, the shutdown, which is not really a shutdown, only affects about a third of the roughly almost 3 million federal government employees in this country. So what you get is something that I call sort of the sequester writ large, meaning that you get lots of bureaucrats and regulators going home, but you get food safety and Social Security checks and military payments and everything you can think of. The women and children thing, food stamps, all of that gets paid.
And when do you have a default? Help us with that. When do you technically get a default, Dave?
The debt ceiling thing is a completely different discussion, and they're only going on right now by an accident of timing that they're happening at the same time. So the debt ceiling thing says once you've racked up bills, we're going to say how much you can borrow to try to pay them. And that's a full faith and credit discussion. That's not today's discussion. Today's discussion about is in effect about continuing to rack up the bills. And so you got a sequester that didn't matter much. Here you've got a sequester writ large, which is going to affect some people, but not that many. Right. But it is not about the full faith and credit discussion. But if you're a Democrat who wants to scare people or to make them fearful of this situation or to demonize Republicans, you will work very hard to conflate those two issues and make people think they're the same.
Dave, thank you very, very much.